Hi, everyone. I'm Aiko, and today we're going to talk about something that's been a long time coming for the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. The ban list. With the current Continental Championships winding down, we can expect the new Forbidden Unlimited list to come out any day now. So, here are my thoughts on what might get hit on the Forbidden Unlimited list, starting with the Forbidden cards. First up, we have Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon. Chaos Ruler is incredibly easy to make, with one-card setups that make it including No Punk Xiamen, Emergency Teleport, and Rocket Tracer. It digs you 5 cards deep into your deck for free, essentially giving you access to a second draw 5, but with how graveyards are essentially the second hand, and an extra light or dark too. And with both T-Elements and Sprite abusing it in the current format, I really wouldn't be surprised if it does get banned, even for good. Next up is Instant Fusion. Though it's been up and down the list for a long time, I have a feeling that with it being able to essentially summon a Stratos for a top-tier deck, sorry, Plants, T-Elements Kit Close, it'll be on the chopping block this format. Next we have Called by the Grave. It's an incredibly powerful card that only makes the best decks better, and it hasn't been reprinted in a while either, so bam. Next up is Artifact Scythe. It's a card that's been around for way too long, and good for way too long as well, locking out an entire dimension of play for your opponent. Needless to say, that kind of thing requires a ban. Immediately. And finally, the one you've all been waiting for, the one that's got you sounding like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. That's right, it's Mystic Mine. Do I even need to say anything about this card? Oh, I know. It's disgusting. Get rid of it now. And now, moving onwards, let's take a look at my predictions for the limited list. First off on the limited list, we have Super Polymerization. With the recent release of Garura, Rings of Resonant Life, Super Poly is simply too good at outing any board that shares 2 monsters with 1 attribute, given the current existence of Mud Dragon of the Swamp and the fact that it uses the opponent's cards as material. It really deserves to be banned, to be honest, but I don't think Konami will do that as they only recently released Garura. Next up, Triple Tactics Talent. As a card that on release was explicitly confirmed to be designed after multiple forbidden cards, it's no surprise that Talents itself will likely get hit. What is a surprise is how long it's taken Konami to do it, and since it's gone without a reprint for a while, I feel like they may decide to at least touch it. Following that, we have Ultimate Offering. Now, stay with me for a second. What does Ultimate Offering do that Floowandereeze or B-Troopers don't already do? It's extremely slow, and you're never really going to be getting it off. Removal is too common these days, so off the forbidden list it goes. After that is Emergency Teleport. While Chaos Ruler may be banned, e-tele is still definitively a problem, because the Punk engine can do a lot more than just Chaos Ruler. So e-tele to at 1 is at least touching that engine. Next we have 2 cards at once. Rite of Aramessia and Water Enchantress of the Temple to 1. Both of these cards have become an extremely splashable engine that basically any deck can play, and plenty of these decks are even playing them at 2, so semi-limiting them won't really do anything. So, to 1 they go. Finally, something that's maybe a little controversial, Swap Frog to 1. Now, I know that Swap Frog isn't necessarily the problem itself with regards to Sprite, but hitting it to 1 makes the deck a lot worse without actually touching Totally Awesome for another format. I'm not saying Toad should stay around, of course. It'll probably get banned after a couple of formats. But right now, I feel like Konami will give Toad a chance. On to the semi-limited list. This one will be a little shorter than the others, so I'll do both cards on it at once. So, With semi-limited cards, we have Pot of Prosperity to 2 and Salamangreat Gazelle to 2. Prosperity is extremely powerful, basically a better copy of Pot of Duality, and we all know how Duality was used even in decks that special summoned a lot. That said, it was recently reprinted, so I doubt it's going to go to 1 just yet. For Gazelles, Salamangreats have been doing nothing with everything else, so might as well give them back Gazelle as well, right? As a little treat. Finally, let's take a look at the cards that I think will be removed from the list and become unlimited. First off, we're starting with an obvious one. Time Seal and Yatagarasu to 3. They have been both drastically power cut since they were released, so I feel like they are pretty obviously candidates for coming off the list. Although, Labyrinth may end up using Time Seal, but I severely doubt that. Next is Fusion Destiny. This card doesn't deserve to stay semi-limited for the sins of a banned card, so I'd say letting it off the list would be just fine, since heroes kinda need all the consistency that they can get. Finally, Bioformation Tenki. Tri-Brigade hasn't really done anything in a while, and Zodiac really just isn't that good right now, so Tenki can just go to 3. Now for some honorable mentions. Firstly, Dark Ruler No More and Forbidden Droplet. Both of these cards are good, almost unbalanced, but they're just on the cusp of it. Far more balanced than cards like Talents or Super Poly at the very least. They have actual drawbacks rather than nothing ones. For instance, Droplets requires you to send multiple cards to negate multiple cards, and with Dark Ruler, you're not going to win on the same turn. Next up is Fairy Tail Snow. Snow really should be banned, but I feel like with Telements as an up-and-coming deck, Konami won't really do anything about it, which is a shame because it actually makes the Tiamira infinitely less fun with Abyss Dweller. After that is Totally Awesome. Like I said, Konami will give Toad a chance, but it really does deserve to be banned. Finally is Trickstar Light Stage. If you'd have asked me before the European Championship, I would have said that this absolutely could go to 3. But given that Joshua Schmidt helped with it and Lily Bell, I think it'll probably stay at 2 for now. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video and like my predictions, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you thought I was dumb and my Banlist predictions were wrong, go ahead and give me a thumbs down then. And if you want to see more from me, well, there's that subscribe button underneath my YouTube video right now that you could go and click on. Anyways, see you later, and Otsukaminari!